Gerald Levert was more than just a legendary voice in R&B. He was an enigma in his personal life too. Despite his fame and success, Gerald never married, sparking endless rumors and speculation. Why didn't he take that step with his longtime girlfriend? After his sudden passing in 2006 at just 40 years old, those questions lingered for years. Over a decade later, his girlfriend finally came forward to address the rumors and confirm the truths many wondered about. What was behind Gerald's decision to remain unmarried? How was he treated in his final years? And what did he mean by his infamous quote, "There can only be one star in the family"? We'll unpack all of this and more as we dive into the life and legacy of Gerald Levert. Born on July 13, 1966, in Cleveland, Ohio, Gerald grew up in the suburb of Shaker Heights, deeply influenced by his family's strong musical background. His father, Eddie Levert, was the lead singer of the O'Jays, a legendary R&B group that defined the Philadelphia soul sound of the 1970s and gained global recognition. Meanwhile, Gerald's mother, Martha Levert, managed the home and raised Gerald and his younger brother Sean, born in 1968. Living in a household steeped in music, Gerald was surrounded by industry greats from a young age. Although his father's touring often kept him away, Eddie's dedication to his craft and the discipline he instilled in his children profoundly shaped Gerald's approach to life and music. From an early age, Gerald's exposure to music went beyond casual listening. He grew up in an environment filled with rehearsals, songwriting sessions, and industry conversations. Performing in church and at school, Gerald quickly demonstrated not only his technical abilities but also an innate gift for conveying emotion, an ability that would become his hallmark as an artist. While the influence of the O'Jays played a pivotal role in his musical journey, Gerald was equally inspired by broader trends in the 1970s and 1980s. Legends like Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Teddy Pendergrass deeply impacted his vocal style, encouraging him to blend the soulfulness of classic R&B with contemporary grooves. He admired these artists for their authenticity and emotional depth, which he worked to infuse into his own music. Gerald's sound, a unique combination of old-school soul and modern rhythm, resonated with both older audiences who appreciated the roots of R&B and younger listeners drawn to its evolving style. As a young artist, he was meticulous about honing his craft, focusing not just on his vocals but also on songwriting, production, and live performances. This dedication, coupled with his father's guidance and his own experiences, laid a strong foundation for his career. By the time Gerald launched his professional journey, he had already accumulated a wealth of knowledge and skill. While he could have leaned on his father's fame, Gerald was determined to establish his own identity. His distinct sound, blending deep soul and modern R&B, set him apart and solidified his place as a unique force in the music industry. Creating something new by blending the emotional depth of classic R&B with contemporary rhythms, Gerald Levert made his own indelible mark in the music world. From a young age, it was clear that he had no intention of simply following in his father's footsteps. Though he was the son of Eddie Levert, Gerald knew that this legacy would inevitably bring comparisons and expectations. While his father's fame undoubtedly opened doors for him, it also created a shadow that he would need to break free from. Gerald was determined not to rest on his laurels or ride his father's coattails. He wanted to be known for his own unique talent and achievements. This drive for independence became evident as he grew older, especially in his teenage years when he began to show an intense desire to succeed on his own terms. His quest for self-identity and artistic freedom motivated him to push boundaries and define his own path. At home, his mother, Martha Levert, played an equally pivotal role in shaping Gerald's character and grounding him. Although Eddie's demanding touring schedule often kept him away, Martha was a steady and unwavering force in the family. She instilled strong family values and supported her sons through their most formative years. Gerald later spoke about how his mother's nurturing influence was essential in keeping him stable, balanced, and focused even as he faced the whirlwind of fame and the pressures of the entertainment industry. Her ability to provide warmth and security helped temper the rigorous work ethic that his father Eddie instilled in him and his brother Sean. These dual influences, his father's dedication to his craft and his mother's unwavering support, shaped Gerald not just as a musician but as a person who understood the importance of family, discipline, and emotional depth. Gerald Levert's music was a unique blend of classic soul influences and modern production techniques, yet he always remained true to the emotional depth that had defined his artistry from the start. This seamless balance between tradition and innovation made his music resonate with a broad audience, appealing to fans of traditional soul music and younger listeners seeking fresh sounds. By the late 1990s, Gerald had established himself as a solo artist known for creating hits across various styles. In 1998, he released Love and Consequences, an album that highlighted his growth both as a man and a musician. The album featured some of his most introspective work, tackling themes of love, responsibility, and heartbreak. Its lead single, Thinkin' About It, became a major hit, reaching #1 on the R&B charts. With its smooth groove and raw, confessional lyrics, the song exemplified Gerald's ability to deliver emotional authenticity through a polished, soulful sound. As his solo career thrived, Gerald expanded his influence in the industry by writing and producing for other artists, shaping contemporary R&B in the late 1990s. His collaborations included notable figures such as Barry White, Anita Baker, and New Edition, showcasing his versatility and knack for creating hits beyond his own music. In 1997, Gerald took a bold step by forming the R&B supergroup LSG with Keith Sweat and Johnny Gill. The group's name, derived from their last initials, represented a powerhouse of talent. Their debut album went double platinum, and the lead single, My Body, dominated the R&B charts, reaching #1. The chemistry between the three artists and their immense talent made LSG one of the era's most successful supergroups. For Gerald, the group's success was a milestone that allowed him to explore different musical styles and solidify his stature in the R&B world. Despite LSG's success, Gerald continued to focus on his solo career, which flourished into the late 1990s and early 2000s. In 1999, he released G, an album that was both a commercial and critical success. One of its standout tracks, Taking Everything, explored themes of love, heartache, and the emotional toll of breakups, showcasing Gerald's gift for connecting with audiences through heartfelt lyrics and powerful vocal performances. In 2002, he released the G-Spot, an album that blended seductive slow jams with more upbeat, radio-friendly tracks. A highlight of the album was his collaboration with hip-hop producer Manny Fresh, which infused contemporary production techniques into Gerald's classic R&B style. This ability to evolve while maintaining his soulful essence ensured Gerald's continued relevance in the ever-changing music industry. In 2004, Gerald demonstrated his range as an artist with Do I Speak for the World, an album that took a socially conscious turn. The album addressed issues like inequality and injustice, with tracks such as Crucify Me, Greater Later, and What Happened to the Love delivering poignant messages while retaining his signature soulful sound. This shift showcased Gerald's ability to tackle serious subjects while staying true to the emotional connection that his fans cherished. By integrating meaningful commentary into his music, he proved that he was not just an entertainer but an artist capable of inspiring change. Gerald's final album, In My Songs, was released posthumously in 2007. This deeply personal record was a tribute to his legacy, filled with the emotional depth and smooth vocal performances that defined his career. The album earned him a Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Vocal Performance, a fitting recognition of his immense contributions to the genre. The success of In My Songs underscored the lasting impact of his music and his ability to touch hearts with his voice and lyrics. In addition to his music career, Gerald dabbled in acting, making memorable appearances in television shows and films. His acting debut came in the late 1990s on The Jamie Foxx Show, where he portrayed Charles Young, a charming character who falls in love with Jamie's mother. He returned to the show for its finale in 2001, performing a soulful rendition during Jamie's wedding seen alongside other music legends. Gerald also appeared in the 2002 documentary Standing in the Shadows of Motown, paying tribute to the Funk Brothers through live renditions of classic Motown songs. His final acting role was on an episode of The Parkers in 2003, where he played a musician reconnecting with his son. Though his acting career was brief, it highlighted his charisma and versatility as an entertainer. Gerald's personal life was equally complex. Known for his charm and charisma, he had a reputation as a ladies' man, though he kept many details of his relationships private. One of his most talked about relationships was with actress and comedian Kim Whitley. The two shared a deep bond that began in childhood and evolved into a romantic relationship. Despite their strong feelings for each other, their relationship ultimately ended due to conflicting career goals. However, they remained close friends, and Gerald often credited Kim as his true love. Gerald was also a devoted father to his 3 children, balancing his demanding career with his responsibilities as a parent. Tragically, his life was cut short on November 10, 2006, when he passed away at the age of 40 due to acute intoxication from a combination of prescription and over-the-counter medications. His untimely death was a devastating loss to the music world, but his legacy lives on through his timeless music and the impact he made on R&B.